I see it coming as an audit query in almost every other county. 0.03% of all signed contracts should be put aside somewhere for capacity building. Trans Nzoia is not doing it. Why aren't you doing it, Governor?
Mr. Chairman, we've given our reasons, and very many of them, and I think most of them cut across the...
We could take your written responses, but allow you to highlight the critical areas.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, the reasons for non-deduction and remittance of the public procurement capacity building levy include: 1, absence of system-based controls and configuration. Unlike established statutory deductions such as withholding tax and retention, if MIS has not yet been configured to automatically flag, calculate, or detect the 0.03% capacity building levy. In the absence of automated system logic, the platform processes payments to completion without triggering an alert for the missing deduction, thereby bypassing standard electronic controls.
Just a minute. It's a detailed response.
At page 49.
Page 49. And I think you have given the reasons why.
Yes.
What was of concern to this committee when we are reviewing this? We are asking ourselves, this 0.03% that is deducted from all your procurement contracts in Trans Nzoia.
Amount of money.
How does it, assuming you are deducting it, you are not deducting it, but assuming you are deducting it, how do you expect to get it back in terms of value, in terms of capacity building? Is that something that your procurement people have advised you on? Because we are also asking ourselves, this is another tax. If this country has a 4 trillion budget, and we assume that 1 trillion are procurement contracts, then this fund would have automatically 3 billion in a year, which is quite big. It's as big as a universal service fund. How do you anticipate that you're getting value back, or will use it to build the railway to Malaba?
No, in fact, Chair, this is a point where Cherargei can help us, because his friends are very keen to impose all sorts of levies everywhere. But even for us at the party, it was an audit query at this financial year that we are supposed to remit this, is it called a levy? And I think the operational period was beginning of November of 2024, I think. And that is why many of us were caught unawares. I think the argument should be that then the Public Procurement Oversight Authority uses this fund to be able to grow the capacity of procurement professionals within these institutions. There's actually no other justification, and we don't know where to send this money. Like the governor has said here, these other integrated levies are easy to deduct because it's already a system and you know where the money is going. For this one, only Cherargei can tell us where is this money, why is it necessary for this levy to exist.
No, I must protect Senator Cherargei. He has
but Chair, you never protect me.
He has nothing to do with this.
He has gone through the entire list of my friends this afternoon. I've only mentioned once.
Chair, it is good I have friends who run this country. Number two, our journey to Singapore will involve a lot of sacrifice. You need to read a book by Liu Q that's from the 3rd to 1st war.
Chair, you can't allow Singapore to come here. Please.
I know the reason why Singapore is mad. You're not campaigning, I'm just answering. What
you are crawling, you have not started walking. So when you reach
Singapore, don't allow you to come here.
Let's come back.
And you know, Chair, this Cherargei has been very active in those empowerment programs. Maybe the part of that money funds are those empowerment programs.
You need now to protect me.
Let me protect Senator Cherargei. Governor, I think maybe going back to the critical point is that if this is coming off your procurement, it's really coming from the money that the senator sent to the county. Yeah. It is coming 0.3% is coming back to the center. So do you have visibility on what it is going to do to strengthen the supply chain in the county?
No, we don't have. And then number two, of course, many of our officers in this line are professionals. They're trained. So when you go for one-off training under this levy, how often will you be going for these trainings, and are they relevant? Because at the end of the day, really, it's going to be a lot of money, but we don't know to what use the money is going to go to. But the moment you are told it's a levy that you are supposed to pay, if you don't, there'll be an audit query. We start complying without really asking ourselves, what is this money going to be used for? And then the case, even if I asked, what's going to be done, Madam Chairman?
No,
Governor,
asking is not futile, because we are fortunate. In this committee, we have the chair of the Delegated Legislation Committee of the Senate, a very powerful gentleman called Senator Gataya. I don't know, Senator Gataya, this was introduced through Legal Notice 206 of the Levy Order 2023. In my understanding of statutory instruments, shouldn't these have been subjected to the parliamentary approval?
Definitely. I don't know. I have not been able to go through the issue that is in question, but of course that's the requirement. Anything that is supposed to be to be. I am saying, Chair, let me just make some reference and give some correct.
Okay. Yeah. So we need to query whether the procurement capacity building levy was subjected to the provisions of the Statutory Instruments Act. Because any tariff, any levy, any order, any bylaw, regulations, etc., are supposed to be processed through
the position, Honorable Chair. Actually, we are trying to empower the county assemblies to that effect. We have been going around the county assemblies to enrich them with that kind of information, because we have a lot of county assemblies, the county executive, which arbitrarily execute some regulations without following the right procedure. In the levy, anything that is supposed to touch on the people must also be subjected to those scrutiny. That is scrutiny.
Fine. So we'll take note of the challenges as cited, but we, as Parliament, will also reflect on whether this levy is lawful and whether it is.
Chair, you see, there's a point that you raise which is getting lost. The point of the Senate sending money to counties, and then through a regulation, part of that money goes back to the center, and there is no reverse gear. There's no way of now that money finding its way back to the county to do exactly what the regulations say it should do, the building of capacity. So the people of Trans Nzoia will be told that they got this X amount of money in a financial year, but a part of that money came back to the center and it doesn't find its way back to
as it goes to the center auditor, where does it land? Do you audit that money when it goes to the center?
Which fund does it go to?
Yes.
It should.
E-Citizen.
Yeah, it's collected at E-Citizen, and we.
Well, e-Citizen ni kikapu ya kama ya sadaka, but where does it go to eventually? It should go to a levy. Should go to a fund. Fuel levy goes to RMLF. Railway levy goes to relevant fund. So I think, members, let's do some background on this so that we can also protect county governments from predatory practices, if this is the case.
Chair, you direct the chair delegated to provide us with the information on this instrument.
Yes, the clerks of two committees will cross-reference to confirm whether it was approved, and if it was not approved by Parliament, then we must demand that it comes back.
Well, Madam Chair, I will have to instruct my secretary to go into that one and find out whether those regulations were subjected to the relevant scrutiny.
Okay. It was actually an order. It was not even a regulation. I mean, can we be collecting taxes through orders? You know, we have donated a lot of powers to our cabinet secretaries, and it was a levy order, not even a regulation.
There's an arrangement that Cherargei is forcing you into, and it is the basis of all these problems.
Which arrangement? You know, I always arrange good things for the chair.
As
a colleague, not even eating lunch together. So,
you see, the Auditor General, when you don't query serious things, now we have to end up in this conversation.
Yes. Chair, you order expansion of that arrangement by
Yeah, I don't think the answer got it. Lack of climate change fund steering committee, we are told that has now been put in place.
Yes, we got a correspondence on the secretary, even though I note that the one on members is not attached, but we probably can.
I think to avoid wasting time on that, because without this, maybe even the flock arrangements will not
The
progress.
chair is there, the committee is there, Mr. Chairman, and I chair the committee.
Fine, let's progress. Let's go to road maintenance. Mutahi, Virginia Road, Kwanza K Ward. The problem there was that your BQs was for 3.5 meters. You only deliver 2.5 meters. You're supposed to plant 1,000 trees. You never planted any trees. Governor, who ate the trees that were supposed to be planted on this road?
Is that a written response, Mr. Chairman? There was supposed to be 100 seedlings. So the specified 100 seedlings were delivered and received in accordance with the procurement procedures. However, because of unfavorable weather conditions, planting was delayed. The seedlings are currently stored at the roads and fracture yard and will be planted once the weather permits, at the onset of rains, of course.
Were they 100 or 1,000?
Men were they? 1,000 trees.
The auditor cited 1,000. You are talking of 100.
1,000 trees. There's a typo there.
So, Governor,
1,000.
it's supposed to be 1,000 trees.
Yes, 1,000 seedlings. It's a typo in the response.
What about the width? From 3.5 to 2.5?
The response is that encroachment along the road reserve affected the available carriageway width. To address this, the department will engage in public sensitization and coordinate with the county surveyor to demarcate road reserves for future purposes. Some people have actually constructed on the road reserve and it becomes very difficult even to open up this road.
So, OG, as you had said, keep this in view because the amounts you have cited is 120,000, 1.9 million. Of course, that amount put together can build an ECD classroom, so it's not frivolous. But keep it in view so that in the implementation period you can inform us. By the time we are coming back, the rains will have come. Let's see whether we'll have the same story from the government. And I think that applies to Kisawai, Chekui, Mima Junction Road.